What's up, everybody? We are back with yet another zombie survivor video. Doing another themed build today. Quick look at our upgrade page I don't know why, we pretty much have everything unlocked, so it's not like that's really part of the build. But today's build is going to be, start with the Huntress. We're going to choose her because she's got the 10% critical chance, which is, I think, one of the best leader perks. We're going to go endless mode. And today's build is, well, I think I'm going to call it the frozen build. I don't know. The frozen zombie build, the freezing build, something like that. It occurred to me that I had never really tried to just do an all freezing build, because there are multiple survivors that can freeze. You got the Huntress with the freezing arrows, and you got the medic with the freezing flasks. I've always thought both of those were not very good, and so I never messed around with them very much because I had poor results. But I did a run recently with the Freezing Flask, and it actually outperformed what I thought it would. It was, I mean, they had buffed it a little bit, and I'd used it since the buff, but I must not have paid attention to it or didn't have a good build around. I don't know. I didn't have those kind of results before. So it got me thinking, maybe other things are good. Maybe the freezing arrows are good. Maybe it's time for me to revisit some of these weapons and these skills that I had discounted previously. So today, we are freezing as many zombies as we possibly can. We are gonna fully upgrade both the freezing arrow and the freezing flask. Now, I have tested this once before, and I can say that it was doing really well. And as usual, the only reason I died was because I wasn't paying attention to my health, I guess. And I believe, yeah, well, let's get a couple of these others. I believe I was at about 32 minutes. I was at 32 minutes, and it felt as if I could have definitely gone on longer. So, spoiler alert, we should do pretty well. But the real question is like, how's it going to feel at 35 minutes? How's it going to feel at 40 minutes, you know? No, I mean, I assume nobody else out there is messing around with freezing. So is this the hidden OP build? I don't think so. I really, really don't think so. But I actually think it's pretty... Oh, those are all pretty bad. I really don't like to reroll on a power-up. Oh, I'm glad we did. Slingshot's good. The slingshot is good because, so not only are we going to be freezing things, but we're also going to have really high health regen and really high critical damage because of the Huntress and the medic. And that's just kind of what they bring to the table in the first place. And then our third survivor, we are going to go with Ghost, simply because, though I used to think it was the tank, I'm starting to think Ghost is the best all-around survivor in the game. In fact, maybe we should have selected him right there. Yeah, the 1,000 cuts is the main reason we're going to go for Ghost, just because we're going to have high critical chance and high critical damage because of the Huntress. And the 1,000 cuts from Ghost will really, really benefit from that. Nope, not explosive arrows. The 1,000 cuts is just a constant slash all around us. Wow, we are getting a lot of level ups. Alright. Did I get a magnet or something? I have no idea what's going on. Did I kill a boss or two or three? That was a lot of levels. That was a lot of them. So yeah, we want 1,000 cuts, because it's really, really good with the high critical chance. Ghost will also help us increase our critical chance. So the freezing doesn't really have the lethality, you know, the crowd control that you would hope for in a build. So that's why we want the 1,000 cuts and the critical damage, because it's gonna, you know, it's gonna help us do damage. It's gonna help keep us in the game. So we'll have the high critical percentage, we'll have the freezing, we'll have the health regen. And that's kind of, I think those are going to be kind of synergetic, because I think as the zombies struggle to catch up to us, our health will be regenning, you know. and it'll just give us even more survivability. Something I never really considered to do beforehand. My main thought process before was always, I need to eliminate as many zombies as I can, as fast as I can. But maybe I need to focus more on just staying alive. I go with weapon damage. Now, ideally for those pickups, we want critical chance. Even though we'll have a high innate critical chance, we want more. We will want health regen. And health regen. So hard to think. I've actually forgot. I'll know it when I see it. I think it's time to go. We're gonna get the medic. Health regen, high critical chance. Skill cooldown will actually be really important as well. Let's finish off arrow rain. The skill cooldown will be really, really important because it's going to affect the arrow rain, the zombie decoy, the shuriken, the kunai dance, all these things. And hopefully, actually, with one of the chest pickups, we will get the congratulations letter, which gives us a level up every time we pick up enough money to get a skill point. Because on the skill tree, I've got the money multiplier leveled up all the way. So we should get more. We should get money 50% faster, so we can level up 50% faster. And if we can get all the skills and everything leveled up faster, it'll just make us that much more dangerous at 30 minutes. So, and one thing we didn't mention before is that the medic's stim pack, stim pack. Can I just not kill that guy? All right, that guy's pretty strong. The stim pack works really, really, really well with both the Huntress and Ghost, because, as I've said in previous videos, the Huntress and Ghost have unique weapons. So a lot of people, we'll take the teddy bear. The teddy bear is valuable. But anyway, as I've said before, the Huntress and Ghost have unique weapons, so a lot of people don't know, do they want to increase their reload speed or their fire rate? What's going to make them go faster? It's fire rate. It's not reload speed. So the medic can drastically increase fire rate, unlike any other survivor, with that stim pack. So that really, really helps the 1,000 cuts and the freezing arrows. And you'll notice it when you have the stim pack and the 1,000 cuts, and then you pick up a killing frenzy. And you hear the bow going off over and over. Let's get that health regen going. It's so nice to have that health regen cushion. Like when you play a run where you have really high health regen, and then one where you have almost none, boy, do you feel it. I was experimenting earlier with another build that I'm going to showcase pretty soon, because I was trying to find what I think is the actual just best build. What is the best survivors? What is the best way to run them? And when I was experimenting with that, I did a build where I got a couple of those frozen hearts, where it increases your max health, but reduces your health regeneration. Oh man, could I feel it. Oh man, could I feel it. Oh, speaking of the frozen heart, and also during that same game, I picked up all 3 of the possible suspicious pen drives. I did not notice a big difference, but we don't want to use a reroll here, so we're going to take the pen drive. We're going to take the pen drive because it's going to work really well with transplantology later. It'll stack with that really well. Possibly we should have used a reroll there, because we could have got another slingshot, or something else that would have helped us more with the medkit. That's alright. Or we could have got a congratulations letter. So perhaps we should have rerolled. But you know what? What are we, like 5 minutes in? 6.5. There's going to be plenty more opportunities. You see, it's easy to just second guess yourself when you're playing with the Huntress and the medic early on, because it's can be kind of a rough early game. You know, you're not really doing a whole lot of damage. But thankfully we got that nice health regen, and we can feel it already. I think the syringe gun, I mean, maybe that's something I need to experiment with again, because I think that's probably the worst weapon in the game. Like, including all of the weapons, all of the basic weapons and everything. Mainly because I think it's only the first shot that has a chance for critical damage. And then the taking damage is just not, it's underwhelming, to say the least. I don't know. Wish I could do that damage faster, you know. Same reason I don't like the antidote flasks, but they are definitely better because of the AoE splash. Well, you say we should reroll, right? Do we get our rerolls back? I think we go for critical damage, right? Let's not waste any more rerolls. I would have preferred critical chance or some health regen, but that is okay. I would even take some max health. They did have the 5% skill cooldown there, and we've talked about that, and perhaps we should have gone for that. I don't know. The only problem is the secondary thing is, what, is it 7 armor? 7 armor is terrible. That's nothing. The armor is, unfortunately, at least as far as I can tell, one of the most useless stats. Which is another reason I think the tank is no longer the best survivor, because it changed his perk to increased armor. And, oh, we haven't seen Ghost up here. And, speaking of armor, so, from the way I understand it, and I'm basing this somewhat off of other games, like, Vampire, Survivors, that 100 armor is 10% damage negation. That's not bad, but it's 100 armor's not. I mean, we have 25 right now because I have the skill tree up all the way. But, you know, if we had the skill tree up all the way like this, and then we had the tank, and we got some armor pickups. I've had like 150 armor before, and that's 15% damage negation. 15% is noticeable, I guess, but it takes so much to get to that, you know? It's just not really worth it. That's why the stone skin, if you look in, why we keep getting that frying pan. It's like they hear me talking about it. I don't want any more dodge chance. I don't want the XP modifier. Critical chance. We'll take that. I think it's seeking me out. So yeah, the stone skin, if you read like the patch notes from a couple patches ago, they what it does is it gives you 1,000 armor, which is just 100% damage negation. You know, it's the same thing. That's also kind of how you can tell how much armor that does, how much damage negation the armor does percentage-wise. Kind of nice to get Ghost here, even though he's not. Yeah, he's not really going to do anything, unfortunately. Because hopefully nobody gets close enough for him to actually swing at. But we'll get that. We'll start upgrading his weapons. We'll get the Protocol Critical here, the Kunai and the Shuriken. Those will all help. Starting to wish I would have got the skill cooldown, but that's okay. We'll eventually get a 10% skill cooldown, I'm guessing, so we're still not even 10 minutes in. We haven't had the best of luck with our pickups, but that's okay. 10 minutes in, we're gonna have, I mean, by the 20-minute mark, we will have had, you know, double what we've had so far. I was gonna say it'd be more, but I don't think that's true. Okay, the burger is not bad. We'll take the 5% fire rate. You know what? I think that's what I was thinking of earlier. When I drew a blank earlier in the video, I said we wanted health regen, which we still haven't got. Critical chance, and I think the last thing was fire rate. Fire rate's very important, as I mentioned, for Ghost and for the Huntress. Yeah, I think we're trying to get a little hairy here. A little hairy. See, that's the problem is, you know, I get comfortable going through those swarms like that. I do not want the antidote flask. This happened the last time I tested this out. It actually would not give me the freezing flask until I banished the antidote flask. But I don't have any banished with me, so we're just going to hope it eventually gives me a freezing flask, I guess. But yeah, you get confident like going through the hordes like that, you know, at like 10-15 minutes. And then at like 28 minutes you do that and it doesn't work. And you're like, oh no, I could have lost in 10 more minutes. Yeah. It was the same thing in Yet Another Zombie Defense, the previous game. You just you don't see them getting as fast as they get, or as strong as they get, as fast as they get. It sneaks up on you. Especially when you're trying to record a video for YouTube and you're like talking the whole time and you're not just like laser focused. But my goal is to get myself laser focused at like the 30-minute mark, you know. Because I really want to see the best we can do with this build. Because hopefully we you know, we get some better pickups here going forward. Like I'd like to get the congratulations letter here. That's okay. Well, these are, and then I get all the things I want at once. Like, can I just get these one at a time? We're actually gonna go for fire rate, I think. Yeah. The fire rate is, I can't underestimate how important that's going to be once we get Ghost to have 1,000 cuts. That sounds like we're going to torture him. We're going to cut the man 1,000 times. But the more you can get that move to go, the better it's going to be for us. Still not really getting the things we want. I mean, where's the freezing flask at, dude? Didn't we get a teddy bear earlier? I mean, I know that's not the kind of luck that it gives you, but dang. The kunai is pretty good, though. I can't complain. The kunai and the shuriken are another reason that Ghost is, I think, is definitely now the best survivor over the tank. Because both of those abilities got buffed with the last balance update. And it's funny because like Ghost was really strong beforehand, but those abilities were not very good. So I think they looked at those abilities and were like, well, they need to be better. But now there's just like nothing bad about Ghost. Like everything he does is good. Yeah, 10% skill cooldown. That'll definitely be nice. I think I said earlier, I was like, well, you know, we'll get a 10% skill cooldown later. And we did. Really wish I'd been offered the congratulations letter. Like, I prepared for it by choosing the money multiplier. I'd also really like to get the freezing flask. I wonder if it does that. Like, if it's programmed to do that. Eagle Eye, I guess. That percentage is really important. We do have a lot of things going out that give off critical chances, you know? Like all the arrows, the arrow rain. Maybe not that much. We have some stuff. Alrighty. Freezing Flasks? That might end up being the last thing we get, and it'll be a really interesting late game. Alright, so we'll go protocol critical. That critical chance is very, very important. The Shuriken would be nice to have too, just to get that unlocked, because it's every 5 seconds. Well, even less with the increased skill cooldown, so. Although I don't know what 10% of 5 seconds is, it can't be that much. So when I was experimenting, when I was trying to find the best builds earlier, you know, I like to do ones that have the engineer as the leader, because that skill cooldown, there we go, as his leader perk is really good. I mean, that 10% skill cooldown, combined with getting a couple other skill cooldowns in a run, is really powerful, because you just get all these skills just going off all the time. I mean, shields constantly, turrets constantly going, bombing strikes, helicopter strikes, whatever you have, you know. The Shuriken, the kunai, it's all affected. I believe it even affects, I'm not 100% sure, but it should affect like protocol critical and stim pack and stuff like that too, so. I wonder if you can verify that. I'm not 100% sure. Like, why wouldn't it affect those? I mean, they're skills, you know. If you know the answer to that, I know every YouTuber says this, but please actually like comment and tell me. Not just asking for comments. Call me up, send me a text message, get in my DMs. I just want to know, you know. Send me a letter in the mail. You know what? The rerolls will actually be kind of helpful, right? Because we're not getting a lot of the items we want to get. We do want to get, the 1,000 cuts. I mean, when we get 1,000 cuts, it's just going to be a game changer. The whole run's going to feel different. Perhaps we should have even rerolled there just to try and get it. What would really, really be helpful is if we would have got the congratulations letter, because we would have had a few more opportunities to level up. Skill damage, 10%. Yes, only because, as I mentioned before, we don't have a whole lot of damage going out, you know? We got a freezing health regen build, so we kind of need to increase all the damage we can that we're doing. So the skill damage increase will help with the kunai, the Shuriken, the arrow rain, the zombie decoy, all that stuff, so. That will help us out. Wasn't exactly ideal, but still would have preferred that congratulations letter, or maybe a slingshot. Let's get that Shuriken going. Just an opportunity for more level ups would be really, really nice. Okay, Katana Slash. We're getting closer to that 1,000 cuts. Hopefully we just get there before we're too overwhelmed. Thankfully that health regen is just so powerful. Interesting, because we could double up on the skill damage. We did already choose one of the lifesteal, so we could double up there too. Or we can look for the congratulations letter or a slingshot or something like that. We're gonna go. Let's take our chances. Okay, that is actually really good. We're gonna take the health regen, I think. No. Yeah, that critical chance. Critical chance and critical damage. I think that was the right choice there. I really wanted the health regen too. But I guess you can't have everything, you know. We already have health regen. Like I said, we gotta focus on that damage we're doing. Because do not forget, one of the 3 survivors we have is throwing borderline useless flasks. I mean, I don't want to say useless, but they do very little damage. They just freeze, you know. Like that's a slot where you would normally have like the tank or like SWAT or like, you know, the engineer with like doing a lot of damage, a lot of skills, you know, good weapon like a minigun or assault rifle. Nope, she's just throwing those little flasks every couple seconds. I feel like I'm really talking crap on my build here. I think the fact that she's freezing is very useful, but she's not doing a lot of damage. That is just undeniable. She is definitely bringing value in different ways. All right. We're getting close. Still not at 20 minutes yet. I usually say 20 minutes is like where it starts to get a little hairy. You know, it starts to get a little rough. 30 minutes is like, you know, you better buckle up. Like the end is nigh. But I think 20 minutes is where you kind of start to feel the tension, you know? Especially if you don't have like a health regen build. You're like, oh, you gotta be really careful. We don't have to be quite as careful. 'Cause all we have to do to not die is simply avoid damage for a minute. Well, avoid damage for like 10 seconds, really. Not even a minute. In a minute, we can regenerate our health 10 times over. Especially if we get a med kit. Ooh, there's that. Okay, congratulations letter. I almost for a split second considered re-rolling to look for a slingshot or something. But I've noticed the difference in runs where I have that congratulations letter. It's nice to get it earlier in the run, for sure, but, you know. We're almost about to get a level up for it. We just need to pick up, like, one thing of money. Ooh, I almost picked Wind Cutter. Nope. Eagle Eye. I'm confused. Did I get an item there? No, I rescued somebody. But I didn't get a, but I also got a skill point and I didn't get a level. Could that be because I'm at the max skill points? Like there's no more I could spend? I hope that's not the case. Boy, you gotta watch out for those exploding zombies. I was doing, actually that's how I died on this build last time. When I was testing this build the first time. I just ran into one of those exploding zombies and it did way more damage than I thought it would. Because 1500 is not a high max health. Before the last balance update with the tank, I'd have like 2200 health on a lot of builds. I still don't, can I get 1000 cuts? Really? Okay. I'm gonna get it eventually. We're at 20 minutes, we don't even have it yet. A lot of those exploding dudes trying to take me out. There we go. I don't want Wind Cutter. Man. Alright, alright. Well, I think I'm about to get a chest pretty soon, right? It's gonna be a drop. Right. Any second now. Is that it? Oh no. What was that? How was there a circle there? Was that the arrow rain? I think the arrow rain happened like the same time as the stim pack. so I heard the sound effect for it. Finally, the 1,000 cuts. We got 1,000 cuts. Freezing arrow, freezing flask. We're almost at full power. Here's our chest. Ooh, we'll take fire rate. We've talked about how good that is, because that makes both Ghost and the Huntress fire faster. One of, I think, the best things you can get for both those characters. Probably especially Ghost with the 1,000 cuts. Because it's like, it's already swinging, I mean, 1,000 times, you know? But really, it's already swinging several times. So, instead of just increasing how often you're, you know, firing a few arrows, you're increasing the frequency of 1,000 cuts. Take this dude out and chase him down. I think it's smart to chase down those big dudes. Because, you know, they distance themselves away from everybody, so you can focus on them. You can get the experience from them. And then that way they won't charge in from off screen and obliterate you when you think you're doing well, you know? Is this magnet gonna help a lot? That was alright. Oh, it gave me a lot of money too, which is nice. Because this level up just came from the congratulations letter. We've already gotten 2 level ups from that, so good. I should probably get transplantology. I just always, like, lifesteal has to be really darn good for 5% every now and then to be helping you, you know? I don't know. Seems weird to me. Damn, those dudes are fast. See, 5% for 3 seconds every 45 seconds, like, is that good? Is that, I don't know. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna level it up. Because we have skill cooldown, right? So it's not gonna be quite 45 seconds, what's it gonna be, like 40 seconds? 35 maybe? And then you get the duration up. Plus we got that one pen drive earlier, so, you know, we do want the health coming back. We do want the health regen. Gonna keep us alive. And maybe the lifesteal is stronger than I am, or stronger than I, well, definitely stronger than me, but maybe it's stronger than I think it is. I really need to start focusing. I'm over here thinking about the practicality of a lifesteal build. Meanwhile, one of these dudes is gonna smash me with that giant axe. And this dude's gonna charge from off screen. Oh, that guy did not die as fast as I thought he would. They're becoming powerful. Could really use some health regen or a max health. I would take either. Oh, so speaking of needing things. Those are all pretty bad. I'm not really a fan of movement speed. Some people are. I'm gonna do it. Skill cooldown 10%. Aren't we just talking about the value of that? Stim pack. We talked about how valuable that is because the increased fire rate. 1,000 cuts fully upgraded. We're almost at 25 minutes here. I'm taking some damage too. Oh, there we are, full health. Not looking too hairy yet, not looking too bad. As I always say, 30 minutes is kind of the benchmark, right? Like, I think if you can get to 30 minutes, that was a pretty good run. It was definitely not bad, you know? I don't think anybody can watch a video of you getting to 30 minutes and go, that was terrible. Stupid build, Not practical. But who knows? People say things. Let's commit to the transplantology health regen. I want to be in a good position with my health before we get to 30 minutes, you know? I could have waited and picked up that second frenzy a little later, because I don't believe they stack. So it's better to wait for one to, like, be gone or almost gone before you pick up the next one. I remember to pick up money, too, because money is going to lead to level ups. What do we get? What do we get? Ooh, health regen. That's especially nice after we got that frozen heart. That frozen heart tricked me for so long. I used to think it was 200 max health and health regen, not minus health regen. I am worried that, you know, so many of those things are not leveled up all the way yet. We're almost to 30 minutes. But I guess I'm excited that we're still going to level up some of those things, get even stronger. Like the Shuriken and the Protocol Critical, and okay, Stim Pack is done. That's good. I mean, that should be going off every like 20 seconds with the increased cooldown. Because its base is only 25, I think. Plus the duration must increase with level ups, so. Yep, we want to get health leveled up. Yep. And don't forget, this is the frozen build. You may have forgotten because I haven't mentioned that in probably 20 minutes. But we are freezing the crap out of these dudes, if you haven't noticed. They're moving really fast, they're getting frozen very fast, and they're dying very fast shortly after. But, like, especially with the bosses, the freezing is helping a lot, I think. Isn't it? They seem like they're moving a lot slower. Because bosses can really, like, you can be doing really well, you can be, like, standing still, having a good run, and one of those bosses shows up. God, these, really? I guess dodge chance. And then a boss shows up and you gotta like move around and, you know, you move into an exploding dude and it's over, you know? So the ability to freeze those bosses and get away from them, or the ability to just freeze a lot of the zombies in general and be able to regenerate your health for a second, I believe I can already see the strength of it. So, Transplantology full rank is 7 seconds duration. 7-second duration, and every 45 seconds. So, 45 minus 7 was at 38. You know, because the cooldown starts once, I think once it starts, not once it ends. So, really it's 38 seconds. So then plus the skill cooldowns, well, it's probably like 30 seconds. So I'd say like every 30 seconds we get 5% lifesteal. I kind of think that they should increase the lifesteal percentage with every level. Right? I don't know. I feel like I have a poor understanding of the lifesteal and exactly how it works. I don't even know if it's... I assume it steals health when we hit them, not when they hit us, right? And how much health do we get back? Like, it says the value is 1%. So, we get back 1% of the damage we do. Well, I mean, 1% of, you know, 800 is quite a bit. Right? You know, if you're getting it constantly. Okay, critical chance or skill cooldown. Well, we have 75% critical chance now, and that's with Protocol Critical. So, we need to be doing damage. So we're gonna do critical chance. If maybe we had like more of the skills all the way leveled up, you know, but we've also already got that twice. So like I said, 30 minutes. Time to buckle up. Not, oh, okay. See? My health's getting low. See how quickly it went up? And I think that was partly because of transplantology, not gonna lie. It's like, even the skills that I taught crap about are good. Isn't there an item over here? Why do I not see it? Oh, it's over here. Yeah, we'll finish that off. So, protocol critical. Ooh, okay, another one. Oh, we almost have everything upgraded. Shuriken, we're gonna go with Shuriken, I think. Actually, maybe Zombie Decoy. Zombie Decoy is actually probably the better one there. I like Shuriken because it's every couple seconds and they can apply critical damage, but skill cooldown. But I don't even remember what the other one was. What am I talking about? It was Shuriken or the Decoy. Well, the nice thing about the Decoy is that it works in the same way that the freezing stuff does. It buys me time, you know. Alright, 30 minutes. I don't think... Oh. Okay. What's over here? Is it a chest or a SOS? Okay. So let's actually upgrade the Decoy. And try to reduce the cooldown on that. Because we've already got, well, I think 35% skill cooldown. Based on the pickups we've got. So to get that upgraded, and we're constantly dropping this Decoy. Yeah, 12 seconds. That's what it didn't it just say 12 seconds? Does it not go lower than that? Because that 12 seconds that you see there, it includes the, you know, any items or like anything you have buffing it, you know? It takes that into account on that screen. Maybe it just hadn't updated yet because we did it so fast. Or maybe it only goes so low. Either way, it should still be giving us more grenades, like it makes the explosion bigger. So you see here, we are getting swarmed like crazy. But the freezing is enabling us to get away and regenerate that health. Oh god, it's getting low. It's getting low. Okay. Oh. I really don't want to get hit by a boss. Okay, this is a good spot. Okay. Skill cooldown, I guess, right? Get this heart. Please don't take any boss damage. Please don't get it by another heart. Oh! What happened? Oh, the exploding dude. The exploding dudes, man. Oh. The exploding dudes. Unbelievable. I'm gonna have to find. That's how I'm gonna end up having a really good run. I'm gonna have to find a way to see those dudes in the chaos and be able to avoid them. Because, man, you just if you're too. That's how we died. That's how we died. You know, I think we had like 700 health, but I don't know. Or they need to nerf. I think they need to nerf the damage done from the explosion of those guys. Yeah, they do too much damage. Because everything else is hitting me and not killing me, but those dudes, I mean, I guess it's an explosion. I don't know. I'm salty. Honestly, like if you've watched the video and you heard me talking about like, oh, I died to the exploding dude, watch out to that, and then I died to it. I want to know if you also think that's BS, because I think that's such BS. By the way, this 1000 cuts like the best thing ever. I think that's the highest DPS I've ever seen from a weapon. 3600. Crazy. Part of that is probably because it took us so long to unlock it too, and by the time we unlocked it, we were just surrounded by zombies, and we had the increased fire rate, so it was just. But, oh man. And then I said last time I tested this build, it was like 32 minutes. So you might think this is a 32-minute build, but if that exploding dude didn't hit me, you know. Ironically enough, you know what would probably helped me there? Armor. If I had increased armor, I was talking about how much armor sucks, but if I had maybe 150 armor or something there, I would have survived that hit, so something to consider, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back soon with another build. See you later.